To the panel, to my colleagues, and to the facilitators of this event, good day. I am Jade, a Master's in Public Administration student of the Caraga State University, Butuan City, Philippines. Right now, I am going to present my study entitled Determinants on Work Performance of Contract of Service Employees in Agusan del Sur School of Arts and Trades, or ASSAT. For the introduction, in the recent years, there has been a significant shift in the human resource management in terms of employment schemes. They now include flexible forms of employment such as contract of service employment. Due to the rising number of developmental projects launched by various governments, the annual growth rate of COS workers is now 6.4% from 2019 to 2025 worldwide. In Asia, 1 out of 3 are COS workers in Indonesia, 1 out of 5 in Malaysia, 1 out of 3 in Thailand, and 1 out of 4 in Vietnam. Here in our country, the Philippine government employs 582,378 contract of service workers. This comprises 25% of the total government workers. In ASSAT, 24.05% are COS workers, 31.25% in the teaching sector, and 36% in the admin office. So temporary workers have now become a permanent trend in many businesses, hence they were now even given core organizational functions. However, they are still given different compensation, benefits, and even training opportunities. Despite the increasing trend, there is still but a limited literature on the factors that affect the performance of the contract of service workers. Therefore, this study will focus on determining the effect of these different job-related factors on the performance of the contract of service workers here in ASSAT. Now for the conceptual framework. First, we determine the demographic profile of the COS workers in terms of age, highest educational attainment, number of years in service, and eligibility. Next, we measure the status of the COS workers in motivation, job insecurity, perceived employability, and perceived stress level. We also measure the performance in terms of commitment and productivity. We then determine if these job-related factors and performance has a significant difference when grouped by profile. Lastly, we determine their correlation and tested on whether these job-related factors has indeed an effect on performance. Now for the research methodology. The participants of this study included 95% of the contract of service workers in Agusan del Sur School of Arts and Trades. The location is again Agusan del Sur School of Arts and Trades, which is a TASDA accredited school or a textbook school. This was chosen because I work here, and moreover, the management and the COS workers in the institution could highly benefit from this study. For the data gathering procedure, the study has a descriptive correlational method design. An approval letter was first acquired from the ASSAT administrator. The standardized questionnaire for each factors tested are then distributed to the COS employees of ASSAT. The questionnaires were distributed, the data were collected, summarized, and submitted to the Mathematical and Statistical Computing and Research Center or SCRC for analysis and interpretation. Finally, for the results and discussion. For problem 1, it was found out that 57.9% of the ASSAT COS workers are 25 to 30 years old. The data revealed that most of the COS workers are young workers. For educational attainment, majority hold a bachelor's degree comprising 78.95% of the samples. Also, 21.05% of them are diploma program graduates. This is because TESDA employs diploma graduates as trainers for our short courses, and bachelor's graduates as instructors for their diploma programs. For eligibility, results imply that 47.37% of the COS employees do not have eligibility. This was followed by the licensed professional teachers at 26.32%, professional engineers at 15.79%, and 10.53% are civil service eligible. The diversity again is in the qualification is mainly due to the different skill sets required in a technical vocational schools. Lastly, for the number of years in service, 78.95% of the COS employees have been serving the institution for 1 to 6 years, while 21.05% has served for 7 to 12 years. With that, the Human Resource Director may encourage the COS employees to take licensure or civil service exam, and they could also initiate review sessions for those who are interested. Moreover, since the COS employees are still young, they could be engaged more in job role trainings in order to improve their professional attitudes. Next, for problem number 2, it was found out that ASSAT COS workers has high motivation, average job insecurity, high perceived employability, and average perceived stress. The average of these job-related factors are shown here in figure 5. So with that, the institution may engage the COS personnel in the annual training needs analysis in order to accurately assess their training requirements to elevate their job insecurity and improve their perceived employability. Next, for problem number 3, it was concluded that the ASSAT COS workers has average productivity and high commitment. The status of productivity was somehow expected because of the recent administrative change, wherein COS workers were assigned to do new tasks and designations. So with that, it is very crucial for the office to implement proper succession planning in order to cushion the effect of the sudden change of designation and assignments. This way, the productivity and the commitment of the ASSAT COS workers will not be affected during the transition. Next is problem number 4. So tables 1, 2, 3, and 4 shows the significant difference in the ASSAT's contract of service employees in terms of job-related factors when grouped according to profile. It was found out that motivation, job insecurity, perceived employability, and perceived stress has a significant difference across the number of years with a p-value of 0.000. With that, it is admirable for ASSAT and TESDA to request additional plantilla positions from DBM in order to give chance for eligible COS employees who has been serving the institution for more than 3 years. Now for problem number 5, tables 5 and 6 shows that productivity has no significant difference across the demographic profile. In table 6, however, it is shown that commitment has a significant difference across the number of years in service, with a p-value of 0.015. So with that, it is ideal for the COS workers to be included in the Institutional Praise Awards in order to recognize their contribution and commitment to the institution. Moreover, the awards that they will be receiving are additional credentials in case that they would apply for a plantilla position. For problem number 6, table 7 here shows that motivation, job insecurity, and perceived stress has a significant correlation with both productivity and commitment. Motivation has a positive correlation, while job insecurity and stress has negative correlations. With that, in order to improve the performance of the COS employees, the management should focus on improving first their motivation and diminish their job insecurity and also reduce their perceived stress. For improving their motivation, the management may include them in strategic planning. This way, they will have a clear annual goal and they could also increase their involvement in the goal setting of the institution. In order to diminish their job insecurity, the management could initiate coaching and mentoring system for COS employees. For reducing their perceived stress, it is also advantageous for the Human Resource Director to review the process of the contract renewal and compensation distribution. It is ideal if this action plans will be formulated in order to solve the bottlenecks of these processes. Finally, for problem number 7, it was shown that only perceived stress has a significant effect on productivity, and only motivation has a significant effect on commitment. So tables 8 and 9 presents the stress has a negative effect on productivity and motivation has a positive effect on commitment. So with that, it is desirable for the management of TESDA to conduct monthly stress-reducing activities like gardening, Zumba, videoke sessions, employees' family day, or sports activities in order to lower the impact of stress on the job performance of the employees. Moreover, TESDA could also launch initiatives that would improve the motivation of the COS employees, such as including them in the annual team building activities. These initiatives may be prioritized as it significantly affects the commitment of the COS employees. So these are the conclusions, the findings, and the recommendation for this study. To end this presentation, let me first share this quote. There's no magic formula for great company culture. The key is just to treat your staff how you would like to be treated. This is by Richard Branson. Thank you and have a pleasant day.